I'm Boris, founder of Second Brain, and does it work? Perfect. So we're going to talk about field engagement with HCPs in pharmacies for pharma companies, obviously. And the statement is pretty clear. They spend too much time on admin tasks, so both commercial and medical teams. And the goal is how can we help them regain customer-facing time, and as a company, how we can get more valuable or qualitative insights from those interactions with HCPs or pharmacies. And at Second Brain, we work on two things. The first one is how can we bring a voice-first experience for the field teams, both reps and medical. How they can interact with all the systems that they have to just by speaking to their phone. And underneath that, we're working on an AI model that's dedicated to the pharma industry to be sure that we understand the data that you have that can access your data, CRM data, scientific publication, so we can then deliver that to the field teams. And we do it in 3 steps. The first step would be how can we help them better plan their week or their day, to be sure that they visit the most relevant HCPs, for instance, to be sure that they have based those decisions on data and not just on feeling that I should visit that HCP because I think is the most relevant to visit. Then the second one is that if we take a rep, they might have 300 to 600 visits per year. It's a little bit less for MSLs, but what if they were prepared as well as your top performers? How can we make them get up to speed on the preparation, on the data analysis before getting into a meeting? So that's what we're working on. And the next thing is visit reporting. We all know that they're losing a lot of time on visit reporting. They have multiple systems, etc. So it's less customer-facing time. And we want to capture more valuable insight. If I take an example of a customer that has 700 MSLs, over a year, it represents 30,000 hours spent doing reporting. If we could reduce that by a lot, it could be plus 10% of HCP visit per year. So it would have a huge impact on your HCP engagement. So if we deep dive a bit on the first topic, so plan. The first thing is to connect to your data, global data that you have well organized, etc., but also local data, because we all know that some markets have some specificities, so we have to be able to manage those specificities. Then our AI model will analyze that, and we summarize it by saying that it will detect different signals regarding an HCP or a pharmacy in each of the data sources that we have access to. And the goal at the end of the day will be to do 3 things. The first one will be to score each HCP, to be sure that we are visiting the right one, based on data. Then we want to suggest them actions. What should you talk about? What should you do during that interaction? With an HCP is that we can say that based on the data, we know the topics of interest of an HCP. So you should talk about that. And then go to the content recommendation that the most relevant asset to engage with that HCP should be this scientific publication or this internal asset. And for pharmacies, we could have sell-in suggestion. You should recommend that product. Or sell-out suggestion. You should go in that pharmacy to put an end cap in there, etc. So we are sure that they're going to visit the right HCPs. It's already shown really good feedbacks from the team that have been using. If we take that customer, it increased the coverage of top priority HCPs, and the reps are using it. So that's something that was key for us, that the reps actually use it. And adoption is key in that the tool is not everything, but it's to present that as something that will help them. You are a field person, you don't like analyzing data, going through Power BI all day long. The tool is here to do that for you and to deliver that content in an actionable and personalized way. Then we want them to get prepared. It's still data-driven. Based on the data that you have, how can we push the right information so you know what to do during that meeting? It's proactive. So we see in your calendar that tomorrow you have a visit with Dr. Jones. We push it directly to you. And then you have the actions. will remind you what you have to do during that meeting to be sure that we cover the topics or you push the messages that we want you to. But sometimes I forgot to prepare or I go visit an HEP or pharmacy on the spot, and I can ask that assistant, help me prepare. What are the topics of interest of Dr. Jones, for instance? And it will reply with the data that he has access to, and can also suggest the right content for the visit preparation. And the last topic is, I've done my meeting, I have to report that in the CRM, and they all hate to do that, basically, but they have to. And so the way that we do that is we propose a dictaphone, because in terms of adoption, it's quite easy. They just have to take out their phone, speak to it, and they can start to detect what they want to have in the visit report. It's conversational. So let's say I forgot to mention the product or molecule I talked about during that visit. The AI agent will answer back to me and say, OK, thank you for the visit report, but you need to tell me the molecule you talked about. And then you can respond. And you can have a few exchanges with that. So we are sure that we have the right level of interactions. And of course, you can personalize the questions that are going to be asked. And we have, of course, a compliance and pharmacovigilance filter. Because let's say I visit an HEP, I don't like him or her, and I say, this HEP is stupid. I definitely don't want to have that in my systems. So we will remove that automatically from the visit report. If we deep dive a bit on the compliance filter, first it will detect different kind of information. A patient name being mentioned, an adverse event, etc., a personal comment on the HEP. That will be detected. We will alert the rep automatically. The compliance team will have all the audit logs that they want to have access to in case of audits, for instance, and you can configure it. For different markets, you might have different compliance rules, so you can definitely adapt that to your local specificities. And the first and last thing that is important for adoption for the reps is that they don't have to download yet another application. They have many applications, and they can receive that in the CRM directly, in Outlook, or directly in Microsoft Teams. Most of the reps or MSL that are using our solution, they don't even know that they're using Second Brain. They use it in Teams or in Viva, for example, and they don't see Second Brain, so they don't have to download. We don't have to train them on how to use the application. It's already on their phone or on their iPad. And we're working on other stuff, because we don't want to build just an AI assistant for the CRM or for that. We want to build an all-around AI assistant. Automating the drafting of follow-up emails. I visited that HEP. I can draft you a quick follow-up email, say, thank you, Dr. Jones. We talked about this and that, and we agreed on A, B, C, etc. The automatic prefill of PV form based on what we detected in the visit report. We could also fill in medical insight reports, etc., all that kind of thing. If you're working with pharmacies, it can help you create your orders just by voice. Coaching for reps with the conversational AI. And tomorrow, live meeting capture, where you could put your phone on the table while you're speaking to the HEP, and it will record the conversation live. And I think I'm done. If you have any questions, more than happy to take them.